Well, hello again. Hi, welcome everybody. This is Michelle Green and the KBBU team. Welcome if you're watching us for the first time. We are a business university, and our business university consists of business education. So we have just finished one of our business courses with our students tonight. We have class on Wednesdays from 7:30 to 9, and we talked about some legal stuff, some government stuff, some ways to secure our companies. So welcome for joining us tonight. We want to know out there, how do you secure your business? How do you govern your company? So let's talk about it, coaches. Let's get into it. All right, who wants to go first tonight about what we just discussed?
Preston, you know.
Who else but Preston? All right, Coach Preston, let's go.
Need you even ask? You know I bet lead off around here. Tonight was a very, very I'm gonna say this: the lights kind of dimmed in their eyes in a good way. They didn't look like a deer in the headlights no more. Like they had some clarity. You know?
Okay.
It's like you gave them, like I said in the class, you gave them like the theory last week, the last couple of weeks. Today you gave them the tools to work with, So now they got to try to pound the square peg in the round hole. It's going to take a little practice,
Yeah.
It's going to take a little research, a little due diligence. But like I say, with Doris Spark, she sparked that thought in my head. They have to really start reading. Now it's the attention to detail, right? It's where the rubber meet the road, but they got training wheels on right now,
Yes.
So that's what I got from it. I was over here looking at my own articles. And Dr. Tina, I got me a binder too. My binder kind of empty. You got some document protectors in there, but I got to put stuff in there. Because, I was over here fumbling around, looking for my articles. Then I slapped my head because I still digital on my computer. I said, let me print those out and get those situated. So once I get my amendments done, I will start that process. All my EIN. I didn't bring that up either. I'm changing my articles, but will it change? Because my old name for my business is still on my IRS paperwork. So I didn't ask that question to the Secretary of State rep that I was talking to in Wyoming. Will that also change? Or do I got to go through that process as well? So that's one of those to be continued kind of modes right there.
I love it.
You got some good stuff going. I want to emphasize we are coach/student, because there has not been a duplicate class since I've been in the years I've been in KBBU. You give the same subject matter and substance, but it's always something new you learn. It's always, I didn't get that last time, So I look forward to Wednesdays. Y'all actually got me thinking I know a little bit about business when I be on here talking. I'll be like, wow, I said that? I'll go back and look at the records and I'll be like, who is that? I'll be looking around the corner.
Thank you, Coach Preston. So what is Preston talking about? Because y'all are like, well, what is he saying? I don't even know what he's talking about. But what we are talking about is what we discussed in class tonight. So as entrepreneurs, how do you set up your constitution for your business? Oh, you didn't know that you needed a constitution? Yes, you absolutely do. Do you not know what articles are? Do you know what your bylaws are? Do you have any bylaws? Do you have anything established as a legitimate business, or are you living off of a business ownership of an EIN? Did you know that being a business owner, you cannot only have an EIN and actually say that you are an established company? So what Preston is talking about is our first way of establishing our business. He's talking about the different things that we learned tonight as far as being able to secure our companies as an establishment. And he's also talking about his own business amendments that need to be changed. Okay. So he's talking about some things that you learn at KBBU. If you don't have the business education that we're talking about tonight, go ahead to the website and click on the undergraduate course so that you can get into the next course, or you can sign up for our individual private strategy sessions. Thank you, Preston. That was good. All right, who's next? Cornell, you look like you got your hand up a little bit.
Well, I didn't, but I'll go. Policies is I really get into that. I like reading, and one thing about policies, you can cover yourself or you can undress yourself.
Oh, speak
Uh,
about that a little bit in more detail now.
Say, for instance, if you got your little playbook, your book of rules at your business, and you got to have a book for everybody, so everybody can read it every day, and they got to sign off on it, and the leadership got to look at, if they sign it or not. You know, you can have something missing in there as simply as, like, say for instance, a dress code. You say for instance, Mike come in with some crazy dukes on. You know, Mike, what are you doing? You can't wear that here. No, that's nasty. You're fired. Well, it's not in your book. It's not a dress code in your book.
Oh, that's good,
Now,
Cornell.
now so now
Mike know his styles, bro. Why he got them things on? Ew.
now so Mike, hey, you fired him, so he's gonna gain some money from you in a lawsuit because you don't have it in your book.
So you mean to say that you're telling us publicly to all these billions of people that if you have no law in business, if there's no governing laws or policies and procedures about your company, and somebody does something and you fire them, but it's not in your handbook or your manual, then you mean you can be sued for that,
You
Coach
can be
Cornell?
sued, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, everybody don't know that. That's why you need to come here, and get this education. Cause we gonna get you right. All right.
Hello. That's what I'm talking about. I love that. I love that. That is a really good point. All
And
right,
Mike
can we
wasn't wearing
have
no Mike wasn't wearing no lotion, was it either? Ew, nasty, just ashy. Ew.
Looking like
cut
Ashley
it
Larry.
out. Oh my God. Who is Mike? Oh my goodness. Mike, we ain't got no offense out there, I promise. You are Mike. I promise. Ain't no shade over here. We want you to come on in so you can learn a little more about KBBU. All right. So who wants to go next? Zars, you got some jokes over there. You got some smiles. What's going on?
Nothing much, nothing much. I'm just taking it all in. Yes, like how Preston was saying, we are coach as well as students, and this is very, this is the um, part of the session of the class where you really have to lean in close and pay really good attention, because the information that you are getting here, I guarantee you, is not just online on Google, or you can you pay tons of money, you cannot get in depth. And this is an extension of what were discussed last week. And now it's going more in depth about how to go about structuring and putting together or registering your business. And in order to register the business is to know your constitution, know your government. And I really love um, how you put connected to the government of the kingdom of heaven, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and the spiritual realm and all of that, and really breaking it down where the students can understand. Um, Honestly, there's a lot of areas, a lot of information that is very crucial to know, and how important it is to know what you are doing and have clarity around what you're doing. For example, when it comes to the articles And as I was saying in class, there's different things and wording and structure. People think say your article is your bylaws or this and that, and or just writing down the language you always been knowing and not really use the government language. You know, you can write it
Right.
all, you can have like 5 page, 10 page, but if that thing do not meet the code requirement, ain't going nowhere. We ain't
Not.
registering it. Yeah, so it's very crucial to know what you are doing and to be um, alert on what is going on. And there's always things changing in your government. I love the example that Preston gave that he had to make some adjustment or amendment to his articles. And that's something that people are not aware of. They think that when they set it up, that's it. You
Mhm.
always, it's important. And we're going to be talking about that a little bit more of maintenance when it comes to your setup, how important it is to stay um, up to date on things because things are always changing within the just within this year or last year 2024. There were a lot of change that took place
Mhm.
regarding businesses and the things that had to the new laws and regulations, things that had to be put in place, you know. So I would say, yeah, it's very crucial to get your stuff together and come to KBBU so you can learn and know how to properly set yourself up for success. So
That is fire, Doris. I thank you for that. So, if you're thinking about like the Constitution, like what you were saying, I like to also give the example of a marriage constitution. Because when you get married, you are merging your constitution of how you have lived your life, your rules and regulations, with your partner rules and regulations. So as you come together, you are supposed to come together and create a whole new set of rules and regulations. But unfortunately, that normally does not happen. Okay. So we got anarchy on our hands, as we talked about in class, instead of two people coming together and actually running the household or running the constitution of their home or their business in the manner that they should. So thank you, Doris. That's a great point. How many times have you had to amend your marriage? Okay, for those of us who married out there. How many times have we had to change the rules and regulations, like Doris is saying and Preston is saying, when it comes to the things that we said in our vows, which are our articles, because those are the things that are on paper that we agreed to say that we're going to live by. But how many times we break them? How many times we break them? Come on now. All right, Cornell, I see you. Okay.
These many
Sometimes the
times.
things be broke all to pieces and all kind of things be going on, right?
These many.
So when we think about our businesses, we also have to have the rules and regulations in place, y'all. We got to have policy procedure. We got to have manuals for our people that we work with. If we don't have those things in place, then guess what? Our businesses fail. So that could be the very reason why you might be struggling out there trying to do business by yourself, and it ain't even necessary for you to do that. You can come right on over here to KBBU and we will help you with all of these things that we're discussing tonight. All right, up next, we're going to have Dr. Tina go ahead, and then we'll have Dr. Mary, and last but not least, Coach Yoshi.
All right. So basically, in a nutshell, for me, tonight's class was, I'm going to describe it. I love psychology. All right. I thought I was going to be a psychiatrist. So I'm going to go from that perspective. Many people have what they call, or they say they have, imposter syndrome, right? Where they want to become this certain person or have this certain goal of achieving. So when they're in the movement or the action of trying to become, and they haven't reached that yet, but yet they have to talk and converse with other people like, okay, this is my vision. I want to become this mega CEO, but you just starting out, right? So the point is, when you start out your business, you put out to the world what you want to become when you just starting. You may have not become that yet. Now, with that being said, you have all these different things that you have to do. You have your website, you have your phone number, you have all these different things that you have to have. But that's what people see. That's the facade. That's what people see. The most important thing that I have learned from this class is that people mostly leave behind is the foundation.
Ooh.
A lot of you out there building these mansions, building these businesses with these, I say these little mini mansions, this mega mansion for these corporations, but your walls are up, your roof is up, your windows are in, you painted out, you have nice shrubbery outside, but you built it on a mud floor.
Ooh.
And so this class is all about making sure that your foundation, which is your structure that's going to withstand all the wind, the rain, the sun, the weather, the elements coming in on you, you will be able to withstand. Meaning when you go out to try to get funding, it won't be I'm trying, it will be I will get it.
Correct.
But if you don't have all your foundational pieces together, then your house will eventually crumble. So this is the most important part. People get so caught up in, and everybody know I'm media and marketing, you know, and I'm all about branding and having your merch and having all the things to be able to advertise your business. But if you don't have your foundation together, it is useless. You just spent some money. I'm just gonna be honest with you, because you're not going to be able to manage and maintain your customers and clients. You're going to run into some problems in the future, more than one. So this is the most important part. It's not so much what people see, it's what they don't see. And so I need you guys to kind of get that in your head. Yeah, you may be trying to become this mega CEO, but in order for you to be able to reach your final goal, you're going to have your paperwork straight. You're going to have your articles. You're going to have to pay for things in order to keep your business secure and safe. You're going to have to sacrifice time and hours and sweat equity. And if you don't know how to do it, you need to invest in people who know how to get it done. And so I don't know everything. So guess what I did? I reached my full level of what I knew or what I know with business. And what did I have to do? I had to reach out for help. So I came to KBBU. And so KBBU helped me cross or hit that glass ceiling where I could not go any further with the knowledge that I had. So I came to KBBU in order for me to get the information that I needed, in order to break that glass ceiling, in order to see the holes that I did not know I had, and it was fixed, which make your business fundable, which make your business longevity, which makes your business where you will be able to maximize everything that is offered to you in the marketplace from the government. You will be able to get all the stuff that you want to be able to get. You will be able to expand your business the way you want to expand it. So for tonight, for me, I would say that it is what you don't see is more important in your business, getting your structure together. And that's the part most of us run away from. But this is the part that KBBU is, like Preston said, teach you the how. Anyway,
that is
you're
so
not
good
anymore. You're not an imposter because now you got your stuff together. You got your stuff together.
Right. I love that. That is so good. That's a huge point. We out there playing this facade. We got these mansions. We got these big cars, big fancy cars. But then do we really have a foundation? We just running in the quicksand.
Dr. Tina got the brick house.
Oh, we like to think we have.
Making sure that big bad wolf ain't throwing it down.
That's true.
Wow, that was so good. I love that. Thank you, Dr. Tina. All right, what about Dr. Mary? What you got from tonight's
All right,
class?
all right.
Oh, she's talking today.
Because that was perfect because I wanted to talk about, you know, we expect all the benefits of the kingdom. And then we don't follow the kingdom instructions.
Ooh, come on
and so
now.
We don't become intentional. We just trying to get through it to say we went through it, but we don't learn what we need to while we're going through it. You have to be purposeful and intentful. Yeah, it might be long, but if you do it right, you won't have to redo it. And it's just so many times in my experience, I went to so many people that said they knew what to do. Ooh. And they were taking my money. But at the end of the road, when they finished, I asked the question, so what do I do now? I don't know. Or they sent you to somebody else, and now you out of money. You hadn't finished what you need to. So here, we learn the instructions of the kingdom. And when we apply the instructions of the kingdom, we will receive fruit from kingdom. But you got to make sure that you come to KBBU so that you can get every seed you plant is watered. And every seed that comes up, it becomes a harvest. But you can't do that cutting corners. Ooh. And you can't do that doing it with people that don't know what they're doing. KBBU, ooh, from the rooter to the tutor. And then they're going to take you to the next level. And then they're going to scale you again. It's an ever-evolving process so you can keep going up. Y'all, we can't keep doing the same old thing and think that we're going to get better results when we're not better. When your business not better. You hadn't took time to just make sure everything, all your T's are crossed and all your I's are dotted. At KBBU, we make sure you do that. I'm telling you. And then it puts you in touch with the people who have the ability to scale your business to the next level. Man, listen, if you hadn't signed up, you better sign up. I'm telling you, you sitting on your own money. We here to help you, and you are sitting on your money. My goodness, that is fire. Come on, Dr. Mary. Yes. All right now. That's what I'm talking about.
We heard you today.
What are we doing in business? Why are we stagnating? Why is it not working? That's what I'm talking about. It ain't working because we ain't got no real foundation, because we ain't really doing what we supposed to do. That's right. We taking them shortcuts like she said. We thinking we gonna fake it till we make it. And it don't work like that. It don't work like that. It never did. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. That's some fire right there. All right. Now, Coach Yoshi, what you gonna bring us on home? You gonna bring us on home?
First, I want to say is Dr. Tina took all my thing. What I said was, I was about to say foundation. I knew I should have went after her. I just seen it. I just saw the glow on her screen. Her picture looked a little brighter than ours and everything. I just knew it was gonna be on one. And then y'all put me behind Dr. Mary on top of that. It's like I knew I'm feeling like Mike with the Daisy Duke shorts right now. But,
oh man.
But really, like, Tina, my wonder twin. Anyway, we be linked in, my wonder twin. And I was going off the same thing. I literally was looking up the Bible verse. Like, I got the scripture with it because I was gonna go off about talking about foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and read that part anyway. It starts Matthew 7:24. It says, "Therefore, everyone who hears the words of mine and does them shall be like a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain came down, and the floods came, and the winds blew, beat on the house, and it did not fall, for it was founded on the rock. And everyone who hears these words of mine and does not do them shall be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. And the rain came down, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house, and it fell, and great was its fall." You know what I'm saying? So right there, like, you know what I'm saying, that was my foundation I was going off of, but Dr. Tina already did that. So but now it's very important to understand about this part of the foundation, because the storm is gonna come in. It ain't about if, it's about when. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna have controversy, we're gonna have adversity, and like, you know what I'm saying, it just, that's just a simple fact of life. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be on that part. And so it also kind of reminds me that what we're talking about right now, when we put down these laws last week, the laws and stuff we was talking about was more of the laws of the land. When we was talking about the laws of the government and stuff. These laws are our laws. And why is it important about our laws that we have into our business, our company? Because that's a reflection of us. You know what I'm saying? So what is the principle of your business? What do your business stand for? What do your morals stand for? So allowing a person to know when you come to your company, you got to come correct. If you got a certain white swag about you and a certain way that you carry yourself inside your business, you won't have to worry about no mic. Because a mic ain't even going to apply for you, because a mic going to feel like he's not even able to even to be able to get a job there. Everybody can't go walk into the Pentagon and ask for a job. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't going to walk into a lawyer's office and ask for a job because they feel like they might not even qualify for that. So what is the standards? What is the reflection that you show? And that's what the articles show for. It kind of reminds me of the old school nursery rhyme with the three little pigs, because when you're lazy and you just doing a little bit of stuff, you built your house with wood. And you know what I'm saying, with straw. You know what I'm saying? But then some people like to do a little bit of more work, so they built their house with the sticks. But a person who took time and delicately in their business, they set their laws and their foundation with brick. So when the big bad wolf came, you know what I'm saying, the IRS, you know what I'm saying, people who want to try to get, you got people out here who get hired for jobs just to, for they can try to sue you for wrongfully firing and stuff on that. I heard an article, Charleston White used to talk about that. He'd go to a job and do certain thing, and then he knew that they're going to try to fire him. And well, he read their guidelines and know it better than them. He sues them own company and get a check off of that. So you have scammers, you have people and doing all of this stuff. So what are you building your house upon? What is your morals of your company? If you have no guidelines, you have none of that stuff, then what are you really doing? Even a whole kingdom, even when you got kingdoms and stuff like that in the United States, we got federal law and we got state law. You know what I'm saying? You got a federal penitentiary, you got your state penitentiary, you got different levels of it on that part. So in business, there's different levels of too. So the most important thing that we can take out of these next week, like I said earlier, this is teaching you defense. Defense is not fancy, it's not fun, it's not great on that part. But what it gets the job done, because defense wins championship. So protect yourself what's inside your own business. Set your morals, set your standards of who you're going to be. Set your principle who you're going to be. So you ain't got no devil going to be able to go across your threshold because they already know they stepping on anointing ground.
Woo! All right now. Come on, Coach Yoshi. Hello. Now that doesn't brought us on to the house. This is the brought us on to the house. That's where it brought us. We done been all the way around the mountain and back again. Hello. Yes, I love that perspective. Hello, Miss Judy. She is one of our students that came from the class that we just taught. And what we're talking about tonight, if you're just now joining us, welcome, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and you share this video about business education. We are talking about business articles, government. We're talking about securing your company. What about the insurance part? What about the other things that we talked about tonight, guys? Did anybody have any feedback from that? That was fire, though, Coach Yoshi. I appreciate that. That was good. All right, Preston.
Can I give my real world testimony without regulations and insurance? Because I got sued a couple of years ago. I lost. Because the fine print wasn't there. It was a travel client that asked me for a specific type of room, and the hotel told me they had it, and they didn't put it in writing. So when I went back and said, "Well, you said you had this room," they said, "What room?"
Oh, regulations, laws, and policies and procedures, y'all.
I had my insurance. So I had my errors and omissions insurance, but it wasn't an error or omission on my part. So I was clear of that, but they sided with the client because they said, even though I got that client a better room at a cheaper rate, but she just wanted to just exercise what you say, the Charleston White, and she saw that although she was facilitated party. I got picture of her popping caps, dropping it like it's hot, but she said she didn't have the room that she desired. And that's where all of it went apart. I just outed, came on home, sat on the couch, my arms folded. Like, that's messed up. But I definitely learned the lesson. Well, can I add to what Miss Judy said right there? Say the harvest is plentiful, but everyone is not hungry. No, everybody like to eat, but they don't like to plant them seeds. You know, they throw the seeds away. So they get the revenue, the profit, the benefit, but they don't plan for the future. You know,
All right now.
they get what's now, and they don't plan for what's coming. And that's why you see them with these amazing business ideas, but they had to shut their business down. It was a great idea, but they didn't put it into practicality with everything we talked about tonight. So, one last thing, I nicknamed Dr. Tina and Dr. Mary. That 5 minutes they talked. That was a $500 lecture in 5 minutes, because that's what they'll charge you for what both of them said. Am I lying? Tell me I'm lying. Everything that they said back to back, if they had a TED talk or any kind of lecture, there would have been people in there, mortgages in their second and third mortgage, and they living in an apartment to get that information, right? That's why we're telling y'all, come to KBBU. They dropping bars in here, all right?
And just like Preston is talking about, if y'all don't know that as a business owner, you got to have insurance in place. So if you are sued, errors and omissions is just one type of insurance. In KBBU, we talk about all the different types of insurance that you need to establish as a business owner. So it's not just one way. It's not just what somebody told you. We got to do some research. We got to go deeper. We got to dig. We got to understand all of the pie so that we will make the best informed decision for our business. Does that make sense, everybody? I hope it does. Does anybody else have anything they want to share before we close tonight?
Yeah, I just want to add to about the insurance part. I remember in class we was talking about, and you was telling how even when you rent or do an event at a hotel, we used to do events like block parties down at the pavilion downtown. We used to do food truck Thursdays. We had to get insurance before we could even rent and do the venue on that part. You know what I'm saying? Just because, like, if anything go wrong, let's say a stampede go off or some people and go on that part, regardless if it had anything to do with me, it was my event that they was at. So the responsibility comes to me. For instance, McDonald's got sued because their coffee was too hot. Now you ordering on the menu, it says hot coffee. The person bought the coffee, drunk it right when they got blisters in their mouth, went to the doctor, said 3rd-degree burn. Now you know it was hot when you ordered, because you order hot coffee. You seen the steam coming off the cup. You felt the heat on that part. And everybody know, because we been hungry before and we eat something hot. And we know we let it touch our lip before we touch our tongue. You know what I'm saying? You do that real quick on that part. They try to eat it. So you knew it was hot. You still drunk a mouthful, got blistered, and put multi-million. So that's why now even McDonald's have to say, had to put on their cups, caution. Hot can cause burns, just because of that part on that. So like when the insurance, but of course McDonald's a multi-billion-dollar company. They got insurance on that part. Everything work out on that part. So even with me on my electrical company, when I go to a customer house and I'm like, I'm licensed and I'm insured, it gives them comfortability because they feel comfortable with that part, because they looking at me like he's not a handyman, he's a businessman. You know what I'm saying? Because he's licensed and insured. And then when I'm working with big corporations like apartment complexes and big investor companies, I have to send them my COIs in before I even get a part of the investor, even do an estimate on the job. They need a proof of my insurance and everything on that part, because it shows the accountability and the responsibility with that. And like I say, when I first started my business, I never knew that. I didn't know nothing about insurance until a customer said, "Okay, do you have insurance?" I'm like, "What for?" Like car insurance, health insurance. Yeah, I got health insurance. You know what I'm saying? What insurance? What do I need insurance for? Like on that part, they're like, "Well, we sorry, you can't. We can't get you in on this part." I mean, it was an apartment complex company. They own, like, you know what I'm saying, thousands of apartment companies. They're like, "We can't put you as a vendor unless you got insurance." And I'm like, so then I went and got it. So then when I start taking KBBU, it made me even more assist on that part. So what we telling you is that you don't have to create the wheel at home. You know what I'm saying? We have the wheel created. We helping you to get into a brand new car. You ain't got to worry about that. So come on down to KBBU. Allow us to help you, mold you, and benefit you in everything, and come into the Kingdom family. And together, like I said, we can grow together.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach Yoshi. That was good. Anybody else? Y'all good? If
I'm
not,
gonna say something about policies and procedures again. You know, in the military, there's a lot of policies that you have to follow. And the leaders need to be on top of the things because these kids coming in with master and bachelor's degrees and they doing a bunch of reading and we gotta watch out for that because they will have you stepping backwards and have you scared to approach them because they have that knowledge. When you're a business owner, just like Yoshi said earlier, and Yoshi, I swear I had this wrote down. I want to talk about policies again. You got your employees reading these handbooks and they understanding this stuff and they see what you're missing and they'll do something just so the manager can get in trouble and then you'll be in trouble too because you're the owner and you want to set out these policies. You gotta read. You gotta read this stuff because if you don't, you're gonna get shot in the foot and somebody this might go on your business and everybody gonna be wearing crazy dukes.
now. I love that, Coach Cornell. Everybody gonna be wearing crazy dudes, okay?
And
But
Cornell,
yeah, you have a great point. The point is that you have to read, you have to write, and you got to make sure that the plan is solid and it's a foundation that you catch your own errors and omissions, okay? That you catch your own issues and make amendments if necessary. That's what we are talking about tonight. Not just putting something in place, throwing it up against the wall and hoping that it stick. But if you need to make changes, just like in the marriage, if you need to amend the rules and regulations of the marriage vows, if you need to adjust your business constitution, if you need to change your bylaws, your manuals, how do you do that? And how can you safely secure your business so that you don't get in trouble from somebody from the outside or the inside? Because we got them people that's closest to us sometimes as our enemies.
Yeah.
But anywho, that's another topic for another night. All right, guys. Is everybody heart and minds are clear tonight? Everybody good?
I got one more. Get one more out. Get one more out. Get one out. All right. So it's just what you said, the trigger, like you say about marriage. But what's the greatest covenant that we have? Our covenant, the covenant that we have with our Heavenly Father.
That's it.
So, what is the greatest policy book? The Bible. And if we don't read our policy and we don't read that Bible book, then how can we even understand what's going on in the kingdom? How can we get our kingdom inheritance and stuff on that part? It says that sin is transgressions against the law, which is iniquity. And then if we don't even understand what is right and what is wrong, then how can we even call ourselves righteous saints? How can we even say that we love and we try to go on to that part? It's like I say, and that's what happened with Israel all along. They always try to find loopholes. And that's a testimony to me. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I say I can write a book for dummy because sometimes when you're young, you try everything around it. You gonna tiptoe. Well, the Father said this, but what you say? What the snake said? Will you surely die? You know what I'm saying? He said, don't eat that fruit, but will you surely die? And as humans, we always want to push the line on that policy.
Always.
Surely we try to find them loophole. So if we do that with something that's greater than ever eternal life, how quick you think somebody gonna do it to get a paycheck right here on earth? Get your stuff in order. Get your house in order.
Amen. All right. Thank you so much. Doris, you look like you was getting ready to say something else. You good? All right. Dr. Tina, you good? Awesome. Oh, you got something?
Yeah, I just want to end with saying this. Stop being happy with just getting by.
Oh,
Stop faking it till you make it. That was the worst saying or phrase ever thought of.
it is.
Stop the hustling and grinding mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And stop having too much pride. And learn when to ask for help. And when you ask for help, be intentional, pray about it, and allow God to direct you to the source that you should receive help from. Now, for me, And as for my businesses, we over here with KBBU. Now you know I kind of flip the scripture a little bit. As for me and my household, we should serve God.
I got
But
you,
I'm
Joshua. Joshua, I heard you. I heard that.
me and my businesses, we over here getting help
I
from
heard it. I
KBBU.
heard it. I heard it.
All
But anyway,
right.
get some help, you guys. This is not the season where you can leave things by the wayside. The laws, the legislator, all the laws and the government is changing because so many people now are starting businesses and they're being more successful. Therefore, the laws is going to get more restrictive.
Yes.
So you know that you're not going to be, like me. I know I'm not going to be paying attention to all the different things that's happening in business all the time, but I made sure I have myself in KBBU because I know Michelle's going to make sure we know what the new law is. So I'm just saying, you guys, this is your time. This is your season. And come on over because it's time for you to get yourself together and set up your business the right way. I'm done.
Awesome. Well, with that being said, thank you guys for watching today. Make sure that you are subscribed and set your notifications to the KB Michelle Green podcast with Michelle Green, myself, and the KBBU team. Until next week, next Wednesday, 9:30. Until we'll see you then. Y'all take care and have a blessed night. Bye-bye. Woo!